A new Marvel trailer has leaked for Avengers Doomsday featuring Cyclops in his iconic blue and yellow costume and shooting lasers into the sky just like in the original 90s cartoon. But now Bo DiMaggio, the lead director of X-Men 97, 30 years later, claims that's his. And you stole it from him, Kevin Feige. Russo brothers. Is it true? Is it racist? We'll tell you on the other side. Hello, folks. Hello, friends. Welcome back yet again. What a wonderful day to explain entertainment, to keep you ahead of the culture curve. And that is what we do around here with a passion, with a zeal that even the Holly Weirds can feel. Today, we'll tell you what's going down at Marvel and the MCU. Let's dive in, click the like button, and off we go. OutOfThatParkPlace.com, the website that if you're not yet bookmarked to it, well, you should be. Marvin Montanaro writing this one. Former X-Men 97 showrunner Bo DiMaggio, not DiMaggio, don't say that, folks. DiMaggio, he says, takes credit for Cyclops' MCU moment, accuses Marvel of erasing his team's role. Now, this is getting a little silly. We love Bo DiMaggio. Want to give mad respect to Bo DiMaggio. He was in charge of bringing back the X-Men cartoon. But to say that the trailer where Cyclops stares up in the air and shoots the laser beams exactly the same way as he does in the intro for the animated show, to say that that is Bo DiMaggio's is kind of a stretch, considering it's been there since maybe before Bo was born, definitely since he was a kid back in the 90s. It says the leaked Avengers Doomsday teaser featuring the X-Men, and that's why we can't show you it, by the way, folks. We can't even show you a picture of it because it's leaked. But the teaser featuring the X-Men sparked widespread discussion among Marvel fans, particularly following a brief but striking moment that prominently features Cyclops. Shortly after the footage began circulating online, former X-Men 97 showrunner Bo DiMaggio publicly weighed in, asserting that the renewed prominence of Cyclops in the Marvel Cinematic Universe did not occur in isolation and was influenced by creative decisions made during the development of X-Men 97. DiMaggio shared his thoughts across multiple posts on X, focusing on both Cyclops' portrayal and what he described as a lack of recognition for the creative team behind the animated series. Essentially, James Marsden is back as Cyclops in the movie, and he does the same thing that they do in the TV show. We can't show it because it's leaked. This is another attempt to get people really excited about Avengers Doomsday. Bo DiMaggio says, hey, I did it that way, and you're not giving me credit. And guys, I got to say, I love Bo, as much as we can love Bo, but I think this is sour grapes. I don't see the connection here. What say you? We'll go to Ron first on this one. Ron, is this one of those times that Bo DiMaggio should just be, I don't know, take a backseat to this and say, you know what, I didn't really come up with that originally back when it was made in 94, 95, when they developed the show?
Probably. I just brought it up on my phone just so I could double check. And yeah, sure enough, the original opening definitely has that from back in the 90s.
It's like a frame to frame. I mean, it's 100% the
same. There was something else that I saw him say that was on X recently that I'm like, Jesus, just stop. But I guess he wants to have his voice heard. And he was a showrunner on the new X-Men 97, the first season, correct? Is that what it was?
Yeah, so he's the writer of the show.
I thought, yeah.
And he was intending to stay for the second one, and some stuff came up, not the least of which might have been his online presence on OF, if you know what I mean.
Bo needs to take a step back and just let them do whatever it is that they're doing. And because everything that I have seen him post lately on X, it doesn't make him look any better. And when you're doing that kind of thing, it's like, why would you? If he could take a step back and look at it from a different perspective, he'd realize he is doing himself no favors, and certainly not for his career.
I don't think that's true. I think that in his mind, he feels that the way that he was exited was done badly, and he's got an ongoing lawsuit against them. A lot of the stuff that he's come out with on Twitter has actually been shown to be true and has been a source of good information, in spite of how he got kicked out, or however you want to put it. I kind of actually like the guy. He's had some fascinating things come out and some relevant critiques of Marvel and the people behind it. But he's also got an ego, and lots of creatives have that, and I think that's what's taking advantage of him here. He's wanting to take credit for this, he's wanting the recognition, and he's wanting to stir his name up again. So I'm not really surprised that he would say something like this, but I do think this may make him look a little silly to other people and cause them not to pay as much attention to some of the stuff that he said before that was actually good.
The other thing, too, is that apparently behind the scenes, it's alleged that Kevin Feige was not a fan of how popular the X-Men cartoon show was, because it kind of upstaged Kevin Feige at a time when his movies were failing. So now for him to bring this in, I think that's the nature of what there's anger about, is Bodemayo basically saying, I'm the one who figured out this was popular. I presented the show. Then they kicked me out of the club, and now they're redubbing the thing into real life, into live action. And I've been kicked to the side.
Is his lawsuit still going on? Because if it is, you have to hope he talked to his lawyer before making these statements.
Well, as far as I know, it's still going on. I haven't heard anything about a settlement or any kind of findings being made. But I have also gotten the impression during the entire thing that I don't really think he's been consulting with his lawyers the whole time. He just comes out and he says stuff. And that's part of what makes it kind of fascinating.
Gotta live your life.
Yeah, we actually reached out to him. I know Kevin Apollo has reached out to him. I know Culture Casino reached out to his people for me because we wanted to get him on for an interview for the late night show to see if we could actually talk to him. But so far, we haven't had any success. I think he'd be a fascinating guy to talk to.
I think so too. Martin, your thoughts on exactly what it is people want? Because, and again, we can't show it. We can't show it, ladies and gentlemen, because it's leaked. But Martin, part of the fascination about what's happening here is Cyclops is in his original costume. So right. There's a desire, and Marvel is now kind of, you know how Marvel has tried to be cool and be hip? I think they learned a lesson from how much people loved Hugh Jackman. And again, that didn't come from Marvel. That came from Sean Levy. That came from Fox. Yeah. The fact that Hugh Jackman was so popular in that suit, Marvel's figured out a trick about this, and they put Cyclops in blue.
Yeah, and I there's a lot of stuff going on with what we've seen leaked, or not even leaked, released with Doomsday. That Cyclops in his old costume, Thor is fit and he's a functioning father again, and
not a joke.
Yeah, not a joke. Steve, and obviously we don't know who Steve is because he's not called Captain America. He's called Steve Rogers.
Oh, he's Captain America. He'll be Captain America.
What you want to make another bet?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You gotta quit beating me for me to take another bet. I'm on to you, buddy.
I've already got a lot riding on the other bet, but I don't think they'll make him Captain America again. I know a lot of people are saying that's what they're doing. It's another bait and switch. They're trying to draw in the audience, but they're not going to give that shield back to him.
Well, hold on. Maybe not in this movie, but if it's a trilogy, if you don't give him back the shield.
If they don't give him for years, come on, man.
If they don't give him a shield, nobody's going to watch the next one. It's over.
I still say what we've seen so far opens the door to Hydra Cap. But my point is that what we've seen so far is a serious walk back on the last phase. And it is also sort of telling the fans, look, we get it. We know you want to see the old stuff. And so showing Cyclops not just in a cool pose that like we've seen him do before, but showing what his power looks like without the goggles on to contain it. That's a power moment for a very popular character. So they're drawing from the iconography that they already have, that exists, that everybody knows. It's just a good moment to have. As far as what DeMeo and his people want out of this, those may be two very different things. What DeMeo wants may be recognition and to up his own clout. What his people want may be entirely different than that.
Well said. Folks, we're going to pay attention to it, but there is definitely a desire from Marvel and the fans to go back to the iconography that worked. And the only problem is the guy who may have led the horse to the water saying, hey, you guys are a bunch of jerks. You kicked me out, and now I don't get any recognition. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. We are done for now, but don't worry. Do not fret. Not yet, for more content is still coming your way 4 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. What a joy it has been to share our time with you. We hope you feel the same. Adding value to your every single day is our job here, and we take it very seriously. Folks, the only thing we ask in return is that you consider clicking that like button. Share, subscribe, click it. Stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. And drop a comment right on down below. And folks, if you'd like to subscribe to our partner YouTube channels, That Park Place, That Pod Place, That Game Place, and some of those radio stations like Vacation Radio, well, we certainly would appreciate it. Until the next time we have the honor of spending time and being invited into your day, folks, we go on our way saying this: keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.